Hey, welcome back to Hanging in the Holler. Thank you for clicking on my video. We're doing something a little bit different today in the holler. We're actually trying to repair and replace some culverts that were in dire need of being replaced long before now. But, you know, that's falling on us to do. It's not something the city is going to do. So, it is what it is. So, we decided between my mom and dad and us, we'd go in together, split the cost of getting what we needed supply-wise, and just make it happen. Travis borrowed the excavator, and we're just getting her done. Well, I say they're getting her done. I've been busy with working with the kids and back-to-school preparation, so I haven't been too involved in this process, but I'll show you what we do have so far. So this is where it started. Travis actually built this, I don't know what you call it, this block around it. This guard, maybe you'd say, just to have it in better place. And I think they did some quickcrete around that to hold that in place. I think that happened last night or the day before. He's been working on this. They have in the evenings when he gets in from work. And the way the weather's been still, we've still been having just continuous rain, but at least it hasn't been the heavy downpours. So he's been having to work a little later most evenings to make up for what he can't do during the day when rain happens. So it's been later in the evening, so this has been a several day process. But this is a much larger diameter culvert pipe, and I believe it's 4 that we have total, from here all the way down to the length of where he's got the excavator bucket at right now. That's where it ends, and then it just comes out to drain down into the natural ditch line. We ended up having to break up the driveway here at my mom and dad's at the bottom here. So he had a friend come by and use a saw, a concrete saw, and cut this up. He pulled it up with the excavator and dug this out. I think they did most of this last night, and they were down here, I mean, when it was dark with the lights on and flashlights, trying to finish this part up. Mom and dad's been parking here or up at the house, whichever. You can see what came out before right there. That horribly demented piece of pipe that is rusted and caved in on all sides. You can see that right there as well. That's more of it. So we're putting these in, and hopefully this will hold up for many, many, many years, and this will not have to be done ever again in our lifetime. Plan is to fill this back in all the way down. Concrete truck's supposed to come in the morning early, fill this in. I might be able to get some of that for you if I'm still here, if I ain't left for work yet. I don't know the exact time they're coming, but I know it's supposed to be in the morning. And then this is some more of what was pulled out from inside this ditch line. Now some of this was already sticking up out of the ground. That's how much erosion we've had through the years, that this section here is already up out of the ground. But this is just destroyed. Holes everywhere. Some of the pipe is actually still maybe reusable. Probably this one here. I think my dad mentioned maybe trying to use some of it further down. But I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do or not. So that's where we are at. They went Monday and got our pipe from a place over in Whitfield, Virginia. So they're just trying to get this covered up. We got the threat of a new hurricane with potential to come this way. That could be a potentially strong category. So we want to try and get this achieved before any possibility of that could happen. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But yeah, only time will tell, I guess. The weather's so unpredictable, who knows. But they did get all that debris and mud up from behind my mom and dad's house. I'll take you guys up there now and show you that. But let's get one more look at this real quick before we go.
Oh, completely bury that in, you never know. Might want to add on to it.
Pretty muddy. Here it comes. Yeah, lots of mud. And Levi's been surveying it all, supervising. He thoroughly enjoys this. He's been obsessed about these ditches for days. So he's finally getting it done. And he couldn't be happier. So, yeah. He's really been on our case about it. Yeah, so this is what was in the ground. And it just completely caved in once Travis grabbed it. You can see it's just rust. There's like hardly anything left of it. And this is a stump that got in there and clogged it up. That's what was actually clogging it all the way up. And we was able to bust through this side on that video I posted where it's running down our driveway and they were trying to break open the culvert. That's how we got the water flow going, was because he broke open the culvert around that stump. So this is what it looks like now. They have reseeded and put down straw. It's coming in real good because, like I say, we've continued to have rain. There's some of her ornaments there for the yard. But that is what remains on this side of her flower bed. And then a few plants there and there. So, but yeah, they've got all this reseeded. This was all torn up. It was a mess. I didn't record none of that, but it was an awful mess while they were out here trying to remove that debris and just mud and dirt. They used the trailer, the dump trailer that you see over there, and if I counted correctly, I believe it was 6 or possibly 7 loads of mud and dirt. And they took that down the road and dumped it into the cave-in on down the way below our house, where the bank had just completely eroded away, caved in, and they just dumped it there because we just didn't have nothing else to dump. Had to do something. So that's what we're doing. That's not the project we've been working on up here in the holler most lately. Like I say, they're going to try to get all this filled in and covered up tonight. And it is just a little past 5:30. So they should be able to do that before it gets total darkness. I would think probably in another 2 hours, 3 tops. Just stepped over that. And then concrete in the morning. So like I say, hopefully this will be a better arrangement for when we have just that downpour rain at any time, or whatever the case may be. We still have plenty of ditch line that needs to be cleared where we've had the banks to cave in on it, but you know, we'll get to that when we can get to that. Okay, so it's been a little bit now. It's about 7 o'clock. See where they got it graded again, some of this here. Clean this up. And got dirt piled back on all the way down, so I'm just gonna wait for the concrete to come in the morning. A lot of moisture in that. There's out the edge here. Alrighty, that'll do it for now. We'll see what it looks like in the morning when the concrete goes in. Y'all hang tight. Good morning, everybody. So it is almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and cement has arrived, and this is Uncle Bob's driveway. Bob because he is my uncle. Uncle Bob. The boys are still in bed, or they were, so they are probably awake now and probably wondering what the world's going on. So I'm going to get a look at this. I think he's either going to turn around and do that down there, or he might go let the boy in first. I'm not sure. They got extra, so they could try to do that. There's a big rock up there under his tire. That was up underneath there and he couldn't get over it. My goodness. He probably got it right from the exit it out of the ditch. Oh my goodness. Bob's a great driver. He's been doing this for many, many years. About all my life that I know of. Get our concrete from Lincoln County Concrete, and they're located over in Fort Hillsville. Come out. Barefoot and all. Okay, so we got that one. We got that filled. We're going to head on down here and actually, I think, fill in the driveway. So that's the finished product right there. Hopefully that holds up good. We get on down here and watch them pour this one. The bugs are already bad this morning.
Back up a little bit, Bob. We'll start here. Oh, he got the one there. Just fill all this right in here. Up for the heat. What? No. Don't think about it. You have to throw it over.
So again, if you didn't catch the other part of this, just to remind what we're doing here, they're actually going to try to create the driveway back over here and fill in over the culvert. So that's the plan. I have a spectator up there. I'm surprised Levi hasn't come out for this. But he's eating breakfast and laying in bed, so he probably won't be deterred. I just hope it stays dry today and it doesn't rain. I don't think it's supposed to, so hopefully we'll be okay.
Get a little more, Bob. What? We're close. We got big over here. We need to get down just a little bit. About right there. That's good. Oh, it's running out here. It's running right down where we want it.
this clay dirt, clay mud is slick as snot, y'all. So if you have clay in your area and you try to work in it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is very slick when it's slick. Yet Uncle Bob is 74 years old and continues to drive cement truck for work. Motivation, y'all. So he's gonna get that pushed in there, probably drop some more down on that section, I'd say. It'll probably be a day or two before they're able to drive over this safely, but I don't know. I don't know a lot about concrete. I'm just speculating.
I would say with the trucker on, but it's the wrong north. Probably just walking the place there.
Alrighty, y'all. That about do it for this video, I think. I've got to go get ready for work. They're going to finish this out a little bit here. Thank you for watching. Hope you had some enjoyment in this. Have a great Friday, and I will see you next time.